Welcome to Coulter Home's Inside World Pickleball Show, a weekly program featuring the sports, lifestyle, and action on and off the court of the fastest growing sport in America, pickleball.
Inside World Pickleball. Hello, everybody. I'm Carl Foster.
And I'm Melissa McCurley.
We're here at the beautiful Pickleplex at Punta Gorda, Florida. And Melissa, this is quite a complex. My first time here, your first time here, but man, they've got 16 courts, amateurs, professionals, and they've been doing several events here.
Yeah, they have. They do several events here, so they have really perfected the art of running a tournament. They have some fantastic volunteers here. Their club presidents here, their volunteer lead, both here, Ted and Gloria. They had some challenges this morning with rain. They quickly got in like true professionals, got the courts ready to go, and they have been on point. This is our second day here. This is a 4-day tournament. They have been on point, supporting and welcoming the players and providing hospitality like none other.
And we're going to be talking to a lot of the pro players here, the amateur players. It's a fun aspect. A little bit windy here, but they've had several events. They got many more events coming up and expansion as well. They're planning on adding at least 4 to 8 more courts, right?
Yeah, I talked to Gloria this morning. They're planning 8 more courts currently, and those 8 courts will fill up, and I'm sure they'll be looking for it to add even more after that.
A lot more to come from Punta Gorda in Florida on Inside World Pickleball. Coming up on this week's show, we'll showcase one of pickleball's great destinations on Hilton Head Island at the Palmetto Dunes Pickleball Center.
This is one of the most impressive venues I've been to.
Our Equipment Insight features Head Pen Pickleball, impacting the Pro Tour with their gravity paddle.
So it doesn't twist, so it makes basically the whole paddle a sweet spot.
A father-daughter leading the way with the World Pickleball Championships in February as organizer and top female pro ramp up the $100,000 Classic with the world's best.
Both teams are very good, and they're all very pumped up.
Oh, I'm so pumped. Team World, we got this.
We'll help improve your game with the Engaged Pickleball Tip of the Week from national champion Steve Kennedy and his third shot drop insights. All this and more to come on the Coulter Homes Inside World Pickleball Show.
This week's show is presented by Northpoint Bank, relationship-based banking. Your #1 choice for home loans and high-interest savings. And PGA Village Verano, the award-winning gated community in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
You're watching Inside World Pickleball.
Shopping for a new home in Port St. Lucie? Start your search at PGAVillageVerano.com. Discover a resort-style community by Coulter Homes, featuring social and fitness clubhouses, award-winning homes and villas, championship golf next door, a 55-plus neighborhood, and South Florida's largest private pickleball center. See virtual tours and build your dream home online with interactive floor plans at PGAVillageVerano.com.
Northpoint Bank works to be a different kind of bank, with you at the center of everything we do. We customize products and services using a client-focused approach, which means listening and then delivering on quality solutions for our home lending clients. Whether that's a low down payment for first-time home buyers, alternative financing solutions for self-employed borrowers, or streamlined construction options to build the home of your dreams, we've got a solution for you. Connect with the Brandt team, your local lending experts at Northpoint Bank, to learn more.
Inside World Pickleball, we're at the kickoff of the APP Tour for 2021 at this beautiful Punta Gorda Pickleplex. First time I've been here, Ken, and just an amazing facility. 16 courts, and I know you could probably have 16 more if you needed it, but you sold out here. But just it's a great facility.
It really is. We're so honored and blessed to be here. The Pickleplex Pickleball Club has been amazing. The volunteers have just been terrific. You know, the success of the APP Tour isn't not only the team, it's just the loads of volunteers, the referees that we need going out there having to run the event. And the team here at Punta Gorda has been A+.
We talk about 16 events. You got a big schedule coming up this year. We're hoping everything, with the vaccines and everything kicks in, the travel restrictions also. But right now, everything is a go. We're excited about Delray Beach coming up in our backyard, and that's a big tournament. We got Lee Waters here. We talked to her earlier, so it's we're expecting a nice full draw there. 27 courts. There's a tennis tournament going on there right now, and they're going to transform this into the world of pickleball coming up. But here, you didn't have to transform anything. You just came in and rock and roll.
We were fortunate. We are taking COVID guidelines very seriously. We closed this event as well, so all players were allowed to bring in one guest. and we're monitoring it with all the COVID guidelines that the APP Tour takes into place.
Tyson Mcguffin and Lee Waters, and interesting change of pace because Kyle Yates was scheduled to play, but we had a last-minute check out there, so I know you were just sitting around waiting for the call, Tyson, but just have you played with Lee before, and how many times?
Yeah, I would say this is our second date so far. First date was last February in Mesa. Ended up taking 4th or 5th or something like that, but had a very good day. Had some chemistry early on, so yeah, we're 2-0 so far today, rocking and rolling. But yes, I got the call this morning about 7:30 from Mr. Yates. I was in the hot tub getting ready to order some good breakfast from Uber Eats, and got the call, and so here I am, and we are 2-0. It's all good.
It's all good. Well, Lee, we talked before, when you found out that you're coming over, you've been practicing with Kyle, getting ready for this event. So a whole mental change of pace for you.
Yeah, absolutely, because I got the call about 30 minutes before the bracket was supposed to start, and he said, I'm sick, I can't make it, but I got you a pretty good sub. I said, oh, you did? Are you kidding? Who? And he's like, Tyson. I was like, yes. So it worked out. I would love to be playing with Kyle as well, but like Tyson said, we've played before and did pretty well together. So we're looking forward to the day.
Inside World Pickleball with Carl Foster, beautiful Hilton Head Island at the Palmetto Dunes Pickleball and Tennis Center, or Tennis and Pickleball Center, with John Kerr. And John, you've been here and seen the transformation, and we've got a Hilton Head beautiful APP Tour event going on, but you've been here through the tennis into pickleball transition, and just a great story on just how this is alive with pickleball at this event.
Right, we started 5 years ago. Tennis was stagnant in terms of our business growth, and we needed to come up with another alternative. And I got a whole bunch of market research on pickleball, and I could see that what we've always done in tennis, which has been very successful in terms of programming and events and things like that, we could do with pickleball. And it started out that way, and it just keeps growing. It's been really a fun ad for our resort.
You started with just 2 courts, testing it out, and now you've grown into a full pickleball center, and you've got more pickleball courts now than tennis courts, correct?
That's true. We have 24 pickleball courts and 19 clay tennis courts. So we've got enough for everybody on whatever sport they'd like to do.
Now, have an event like this, a pro tournament, and you got 500 players, recreational, amateur players from all over, and you got the pros coming in here. So it's the biggest event on Hilton Head for pickleball. But the locals here, I know it's a destination, it's a resort. You've got a lot of tourism here also. But talk about just the number of residents that are playing, like at an event like this, or that play here regularly.
Well, we have a pickleball club, which is mostly locals. We've had up to 300 members in that, and they play almost every day. We do a round robin at 10 in the morning. We've had as many as 100 players sign up on a daily basis for these, which is why we just kept expanding and adding courts. Each time we've done an addition, it's paid for itself within the year, which is amazing.
And how do you see the growth of pickleball now? Can you add more courts, or where do you see the future here?
That's a good question. Right now, we feel pretty comfortable with where we are, number of courts. We're in a spot where we can handle some decently large events, and then just kind of see where the future takes us. Never thought we would come to this, so it's been great.
Well, it's good to see a pickleball center, and just talking about the revenue. Where's the money in pickleball? Is it lessons, academies, tournaments, equipment? And I know you've got a pro shop, you stock there, and we look at different events. From a standpoint of at a resort and a director of sports here, where do you see some of the financial growth of pickleball?
Well, we've seen it in basically all of our categories. We've added additional pickleball-related items in our pro shop, full-service pro shop for tennis and pickleball. Paddles, tennis rackets for that matter. But our largest revenue driver is our daily round robins. And people come in, and depending on their membership, they pay from $5 if they're a yearly member, or if they're a resort guest and just in for the week, they pay $20. And again, 100 people like that every day. And leading up before our round robins, we do 2 different clinics each day. We do a beginner class, and then we do what we call the daily dose. Since we know that pickleball is very addicting, we want to make sure everybody gets their daily dose of pickleball. So that's our progression from beyond the beginner, so it's intermediate there. You know, we offer Sarah Ansberry's academies, which are just tremendous and bring in people from all over the world.
How long have you been here at this facility, and how are you enjoying it?
I got here about 2.5 years ago when it was May of 2018 when we had just 8 courts, and then 6 months later I got 8 more courts, and then 9 months after that I got 8 more, so now we're at a total of 24 courts. So I absolutely love it. I was very excited to show off my facility, to be honest. I was bummed we didn't get to do it in March, but I'm happy here, and I was ready for everyone to kind of see this is what I've been doing for the last 2 years.
We're so lucky here. I mean, we get so much traffic through the resort, and it just shows. I mean, it's just with the bodies that appear out of nowhere, it seems like. It's amazing. It really is.
It's a great facility. If you've not been to Hilton Head, you need to check it out and be here because it's just a beautiful place, a destination of vacation, golf, tennis, but now pickleball.
This is one of the most impressive venues I've been to. You know, Sarah Ansberry did a fantastic job here, you know, constructing all 24 courts. You know, it's my first time to Hilton Head. I absolutely love it here. You know, it's a pickleball mecca, as you can see, and I'm really excited to be competing today.
This is Delray Beach Open by Vitacost.com. This is happening. Find us at yellowtennisball.com. Safe and socially distanced seats now on sale.
Slightly favored backhand. But hand-eye coordination.
Inside World Pickleball at the Punta Gorda Pickleplex. We're coming up in February. We have the World Pickleball Championships. Jan Poppe here, who is the organizer, the founder of Pickleball Global and the World Pickleball Championships. And this is a $100,000 tournament with all the top pros in the world. Going to be right here at this beautiful Punta Gorda Pickleplex. And this will be your second event here, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, yeah.
Now talk about this facility and the event overall coming up here in February.
Yeah, so this will be the second one. Last year was in December, at the end of the December 2019, and it should be the very last tournament of the year, where basically all the best pros are invited, and based on global pickleball ranking, which gives another legitimacy to the tournament, and basically the winner will be pronounced as a world champion.
And so you got the top men, the top women. Now there'll be singles, doubles, and mixed doubles, and also an exciting part is the team competition that will kick off the event on February 3rd on a Wednesday, and we're excited about being here with for the fans and also CBS to bring the coverage of the team concept, which is something that you've been working on, and it's going to be very exciting, and that's going to go all day. Talk about that format.
Yeah, so it will be the first day, starts at 1 o'clock, and it will be 18 matches, single matches, singles and doubles matches, and there are basically 2 teams, Team World and Team USA. Both of the teams will have very top pro players. The event will be sectioned into 3 sections with basically the best players all the way at the end. We are assuming that the competition will be tough. Both teams are very good, and they are all very pumped up.
With Team Ben Johns and Team Steve Deacon.
Of course, I'm not going to lose to Steve. That's not going to happen. But I do like to give him some credit that he's definitely going to give us a run for our money.
The more I talk about it, the more excited I get. So anybody that wants to put a bet on Team World, We've got this. Don't worry.
Now we got the World Pickleball Championships coming up. We're working with your father. It's a great tournament. They got the team competition as well as the 3 other matches. So how do you like the team competition of playing the rapid fire pickleball?
Oh, I'm so pumped. Team World, we got this.
You are Team World, that's right. On Steve Deacon's team, he was talking all about you out there. So that's going to be an exciting. The pros seem to like that format too, right?
Yes, a lot of them. I mean, it's great because you see matchups like in doubles that you don't normally see in tournaments. So it's just really neat to see how people will do together.
And we talk about now if people still want to play the amateurs at a different level. So it's not just a pro tournament. You've got amateurs that are allowed to play similar to what we're at right now here at the pickleball complex. So is that registration still open?
Yes, the registration is open. As a matter of fact, we would like to ask amateurs to support this tournament because there are not many tournaments like this where you can play and really watch the best players in the world.
And so registration, they go to your website. How do they sign up for this tournament? And what are the different divisions? Is it standard 3.0 all the way up to 5.0?
Yes, so you can go to worldpickleballchampionship.com. And then you basically can pick up your own division category based on either skills or ages.
Discover the plus in 55-plus living at Crestwind Palm Beach. Located in Westlake, Florida's newest city, Crestwind Palm Beach is a fresh new home choice designed for the next generation. Crestwind Palm Beach is a 55-plus community for those who thrive on a happy, healthy life through fitness, nutrition, and relationships. 9 decorated models now open. To learn more about all the pluses Crestwind offers, visit crestwindpalmbeach.com. That's crestwindpalmbeach.com.
Northpoint Bank works to be a different kind of bank, with you at the center of everything we do. We customize products and services using a client-focused approach, which means listening and then delivering on quality solutions for our home lending clients. Whether that's a low down payment for first-time home buyers, alternative financing solutions for self-employed borrowers, or streamlined construction options to build the home of your dreams, we've got a solution for you. Connect with the Brandt team, your local lending experts at Northpoint Bank, to learn more.
Why I play with this paddle? Because I win. You know why I like this paddle? Because I win with it.
Being a Head Pen Pro, talk about the actual endorsements from the sponsors, to represent a brand at the events. Obviously, you wear their apparel, you play with their paddles and so forth. How does that come about?
This is huge, for me, building my personal brand in Canada. Head has been incredible with me. I just signed with them in August, so it's a new relationship. They are an incredible company. I'm grateful to represent them and play for them.
And with Jeff Conradi, who's representing Head here with all these beautiful paddles, and you see a lot of paddles being played with. And let's talk about this gravity paddle, because a lot of my friends are playing with that, and they seem to be beating me with it. So I'm going to have to maybe make a little switch here to this Head paddle. But talk about the Head paddles and sort of the technology, and why is Head different than maybe some other paddles?
Well, one thing about Head is they go back in the composites and graphite, to the 60s in skis and stuff. So they kind of space age engineering, if you think about it that way. Everybody else started building paddles in their garage, and they got a bigger garage now. Head space age generation. Everybody's got composite paddles, and there's a number of really good paddles. And we like people to try Head because it's a good product, good engineering. I think people will like it. Good reputation for it. And this particular paddle, what they did with the gravity, they made it with the whole paddle is a sweet spot. Most of the paddles will twist a little bit when you hit it off to the side, and what they did here, they stiffened it up here going across, and so it doesn't twist. So it makes basically the whole paddle a sweet spot. And you notice that right off the bat when you start playing with it. We have a good demo program. We have team Head members that, are all over that we'll have a demo day, and they'll have 10 paddles where people can come and try these paddles. And, you don't want to buy a paddle online unless you've played with it before. It's just not going to work. So, we give them an opportunity to try our paddle and, try 3 or 4 different ones and find the one that works for their game. And, I tell people when, I'm teaching a beginner's class and everybody wants a paddle, I said, women will buy a paddle for the color, men will buy it for the price. So we're trying to get a little more complex than that, that there are different things. They make the radical paddles are a little bit thicker and they're made for more of the power player, and extreme paddles are a little bit thinner and made for the finesse player.
Really, it's all about the style of play and really what they're looking for. So we've got paddles that, offer a lot of power. We've got paddles that offer good control. This is actually the paddle that I play with, so I really, really like it. But yeah, it really all depends on the style of play. But we have a paddle for everyone.
You're going to be getting into merchandise, apparel, the whole thing. Shoes? Do they have pickleball shoes?
Oh, well, not quite pickleball shoes, but court shoes. And that's all you need. All the pickleball shoes and tennis shoes are going to be pretty much the same. And we're the shoe sponsor of the U.S. Open over in Naples, and we're really big in the shoe side. So we've got shoes. We're not displaying them here, but we've got grips and replacement grips and gloves and balls. Penn is now making a Penn outdoor ball as well. It's a recreational, durable ball.
Sounds good. Let's go play some pickleball. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
It's time for the Engage Pickleball Tip of the Week with Senior Championship Pro Steve Kennedy.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of your third shot drop. Remember, your third shot drop is a glorified, what is it? Dink. If our dink is supposed to be short in the backswing, under, compressing, and lifting a little bit. This is an ideal looking third shot dink, right? Or a dink in general. Now, a third shot drop, you're probably back a little bit more. So what are we going to do? We're going to take the paddle back a little bit more. We're not going to lay the wrist back and flop it back. We're going to take the whole arm as a unit. We're going to pull back. And you see, every time I do that, the body compresses, right? Now, what I'm trying to do is find a consistent hitting spot when I make contact with the ball. Because check it out, guys. If I one time hit the ball here, and one time out here, and one time out here, I'm going to have 3 different results. What I want to do is always act as though that ball is levitating or it's being held up like on a tee ball when you take your kids to baseball or softball practice and they put it out there on that tee. You want to find a consistent hitting spot forward and somewhere about thigh high or pocket low, and lower than the pocket, okay? So if Lee hits me 1 or 2 on the, good. You see how I lift on that shot? I go nice and short, and I lengthen my follow through, and I lengthen, and this ball I have to drive because it sits up, and I lengthen, and I hold, and push out, and I hold. If you guys see on those shots, you'll see there's not a lot of backswing on a third shot drop. This is supposed to be a soft ball. This is not an attacking ball. This is a neutralizing shot. The more backswing I have, the more the ball is going to travel. And it's now not a third shot drop anymore. So make sure that we're eliminating backswing, that the wrist is not what's going to be doing this shot. This shot is, again, from the shoulder. As is a dink, so is a third shot drop. Little bit more backswing and a lot more follow through. The paddle is going to be moving up and through on this shot, and you want to hold it at the top. Work on that third shot drop, guys.
And that's this week's edition of Inside World Pickleball. I'm Carl Foster with
Melissa McCurley.
And we are at the APP Tour event here in Punta Gorda. Where are you off to next, Miss Melissa, pickleball tournaments?
I am next off to Florida, down in Tampa, and then after that, Mesa, Arizona.
And then back to Delray Beach.
And then back to Delray Beach. So looking forward to it. If you guys can see, I only pick Sunshine States.
Well, there's a trend there. It's hard to play pickleball in the snow. You must have to play indoors, but they are doing it. I've seen on social media people shoveling ice off of courts and snow, and they're still out there with full gear playing pickleball. Have you seen that?
Well, of course, I have seen that. Snow blowers, they don't care. As long as they can see the lines, they're going to play.
All right, Melissa, it's great seeing you. It's a great tournament here all weekend long in Punta Gorda. We'll be back next week for more of Inside World Pickleball.
Action.
Oh my God. It's a dangerous job. I'm going to move over to the corner.
Thank you, but you're blocking all the shots, so back up and do it again. No.
All right, and I'm rolling.
That's not going in the bloopers, is it?
Oh my gosh!
This week's show is presented by Northpoint Bank, relationship-based banking, your #1 choice for home loans and high-interest savings. And PGA Village Verano, the award-winning gated community in Port St. Lucie, Florida.